it's a new year, which means what? Do you know what?
It is the official start of season 4.
Oh my! That doesn't mean we've been doing this for 4 years, does it?
Well, I think there was like maybe the first year was not a full year, right? Because we like started into COVID, so the first season was not a full calendar year.
Oh my God! This is
but
year
other
4
than
of
that,
us talking shit.
it's the start of season 4.
Wow.
When I said that out loud, like when I realized that, I was like, have we really been doing it that long?
So we're going to kick off season 4 with dressing down? Is that what we're doing?
I know. I'm not really dressed appropriate. No, it's my Pick Cherries hoodie. Stu gave it to me for Christmas. We saw him in, where were we last week? Dania Point.
Dania Point, yes.
In Fort Lauderdale. And so I got to support my Pick Cherries.
So yes, it is season 4. It is a new year. So first of all, because we Rick and Gigi were doing their thing. We were doing our thing. We skipped a week, which was basically Christmas week. Which
everyone was taking a holiday.
That's what I say. I think that we can be forgiven, all of us, for that, right?
Yes.
But, and plus,
but we had an epic end to season 3.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm hoping that Rick is now back to work and we can show these great clips of an amazing night. Which, by the way, I love Rick so much because he has a childlike personality sometimes for cool things. Kind of like me.
Yeah.
Like I get excited. And Rick, we really missed you at the taping with Bill Goldberg.
Oh, we wish you had been there.
Because, dude, you would have geeked out. I mean, I don't know if you're still into wrestling, but any male is into wrestling until you're like 12 or 13.
Yeah.
And then you either grow out of it or you just become a weirdo. But
that's not true.
One of my first memories was my dad took me to WrestleMania 3.
Dude, isn't that crazy?
So, okay, for someone who doesn't know, Rick, what is the significance of WrestleMania 3?
Well, WrestleMania is like the World Series of our Super Bowl of wrestling.
So WrestleMania 3, who were the players?
So it was Hulk Hogan, and it was the one where he lifted Andre the Giant. Now, as a kid, I thought he lifted him over his head. And I look back on YouTube, and he's struggling to get him up to his chest.
Yeah. But
I have to ask. I was laughing out loud because obviously I didn't see it until the edited piece. How awesome was that Bill Goldberg did that to you, Steve?
It was awesome. I will tell you that we probably did 2 or 3 more rotations than I would have liked.
I was a little nervous when he went down to grab Steve. I was like, do you know how much he weighs? How long has it been since you've done this, Mr. Goldberg?
So I want to say Brock Lesnar are one of those. There was an icon, and even and there's moments where if you're a guy that follows sports or you keep up with sports, you'll still see some amazing wrestling. Even though you're not watching wrestling, you know about amazing things that happened in wrestling.
Yeah,
right?
The highlight reel.
So there's a video of Bill picking up Brock Lesnar. I believe
I don't know who that
Lesnar,
is.
and over his head, and he's shoulder pressing this guy. Literally shoulder. So when he grabbed little old me,
you weren't worried about it?
Well, I was like, this guy's not going to hurt me, No,
I didn't think he was going to hurt you. I thought maybe he might hurt himself.
Dude, that guy is. I mean, what I really enjoyed most about the group of guys that did, and you, of course, that did that podcast is, I think that the 3 of us are all, we all feel so very lucky to be doing what we do for a living.
To be living your dream.
I think that comes out. And I think that when you see Bill up there, that he is so gracious and so humble. When you see Jose up there, so gracious.
Well, that's what I was
so
going to
humble.
say about each of you gentlemen, is I think that each of you gentlemen are very humble humans and have not lost touch with reality.
And I think that came off that night. And I think that you really felt the fun that, number one, the fun that we were having. Number 2, the mutual respect we have for each other.
Yeah.
But ultimately, being able to take what I do for a living, raise $60,000 all of which is going to veterans.
Yeah.
Right? So I want to make it an annual thing.
Well, I just have to say that, like, amazing that this thing came together in literally a week. I don't think people know that, but this came together.
Yeah, come on in. What's going on? Somebody's coming in. Is that Tim?
Oh, look at that on camera. Say hi to everyone, Tim.
What's up, everybody?
There's road manager Timmy, who apparently is a celebrity as well now.
Yep.
Oh no, he was just.
That's the first glimpse, season 4. First
Tim made
glimpse
a
of road
cameo.
manager Timmy did a cameo.
Is he still there? No, he's gone.
The only other way that you could see Timmy was live. This is the only time.
No, but I told him they made new Captain Evil sweatshirts, and I had this one. I said, I have a Pick Cherries hoodie, but I don't even have a Captain Evil hoodie. So Timmy was bringing me a hoodie. That's sweet of him. No, but what I was saying is that this thing came together in like you said, 8 days, and that Jose and Bill did not skip a beat. Like, it's the holidays. Jose was prepping for a wedding on New Year's Eve. And these gentlemen were like, sure, we'll carve out some time and come and do this. And so willing to legit just play ball. And even all of our sponsors, like, we called people and we were like, we need auction items.
I have celebrity friends, and no offense to them, but I have celebrity friends that had I called them and said, hey, would you do this with me? That I would be like following up daily. I'd be like, we still doing this? You still going to be there? Right? Yeah. I would love for you to be there. You said you were going to do it. With both these guys, I knew in my heart that I didn't have to do that.
And no questions asked. Like, they didn't ask specifics. They weren't like, how are you selling tickets? How many people are going to be there? Like, legit, no questions asked. Just showed up and had a good time.
We totally and completely impressed them. Because one of the hidden blessings was, and again, I am one of those guys that says, don't worry about it. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And Renae was like, well, it's not going to look like Christmas. And what are we going to do? And I said,
I was prepared to take down Christmas trees from the house and take them. And you were like, no, we're not doing that.
Well, no, I was down to do it, but I said, hang on, let's go see what is there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So we get there and there's $4,000 worth of balloons.
Yeah. I think the budget was like 5 or something. I can't remember.
All the balloons that you see in that podcast was not our doing.
No, we had to turn some of them around because they had branding from other businesses and Christmas parties. But the venue, Downtown Social.
So I would like to thank that other company for donating balloons for a great cause. But it set the tone. Like, people walked in.
Oh my God, it made it feel like a party. There were balloon snowflakes. There were balloon Christmas trees. Like, the venue looked amazing. And that was a blessing too, because we had reached out to another venue that was like theater style seating. And again, last minute, a week out, they were just like, no. And Ty and Tim and Mike over there at Downtown Social have always, anytime we come with an idea, they're like, yeah, let's make it happen.
Oh, they're the sweetest. And you know, they donated their employees, of course they made money on food and beverage, but they didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't have to then have, we had 200 people there hanging out and you know, we were, and I like to thank Dave J for donating his time.
Yes.
And doing stand-up. Big Al Gonzalez for doing stand-up. Elijah or Eli or what was the other comedian for doing stand-up. I mean, everybody came together. Everybody just...
And people loved the stand-up.
Well, and what people don't realize is that we had sponsored 3 or 2 foster kids.
Oh, our family personally, we sponsored 2, one Garrett's age and one Delilah's age.
So our family, we sponsored foster kids here in Comal County
for Christmas gifts.
For Christmas gifts, and then we found out that there was 50 kids left without gifts.
So when I signed up, it was because a girlfriend in my mommy group had said, hey, you know, we still have, I think there's like 200 or 250 kids in our community in foster care. But there were still, like you said, this big remaining chunk of kids that they did not have gifts for.
So we know that Jose does a toy drive. That's his charity. That's what he chooses to do every year. And we made it also a toy drive. So not only were we able to take 50 gifts to these kids in foster care in Comal County, our very own community, we also delivered another 100 gifts to Aztec Chevrolet from Jose Trevino to be given in our community where we grew up.
Well, because that's where Jose's from.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they were able to do that. And I'd like to thank Aztec Chevrolet for, again, zero hesitation. I said, I have these toys. We're 4 days from Christmas. Can you come get them?
Yeah.
And the guys at Aztec were like, we're on our way. We'll take care of it.
Yeah.
No problem. Don't worry about it.
They said there's a home right by us that would love to have them.
There's a foster home right there. So it's just all in all, we raised $60,000 for our veterans. We split that with Bill and his group, which is the Purple Heart Foundation, and Helicopters for Heroes. But I mean, I'm just...
And a track chair. You didn't even talk about that. That's how we ended the night.
So there is a group, and I hate that I'm forgetting the name of them.
Big Country Veterans? I think it's Big Country Veterans.
They take wounded veterans on hunting trips, and they come in. They run into the problem that we run into at Helicopters, is that these guys in regular wheelchairs cannot get out there, so they're having to carry them. And as a grown man, I would say that I don't want to be carried.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want somebody to have to.
It makes your disability very obvious.
It makes it uncomfortable, and now there's a man having to carry me when I'm strong, and I can, So we donated to them a track chair from the Independence Fund.
That's the first time I'd ever seen one in person. They're
awesome.
They're legit.
So that they can now use it to get their veterans out.
It has like the tank. What do you call that?
Oh, the track wheels.
Yeah.
So we also donated one of those, which is a $25,000 chair. It was a beautiful night and a lot of fun.
Yeah. I mean, it was our Christmas party, you and I.
It was our Christmas. Yeah, it was basically our Christmas party. But I mean, it was so cool too, because I spend so much focus, and Jose too, in the Corpus Christi area, because that's where we grew up, that's where we were raised, that we have, even though we have a footprint here in New Braunfels, we haven't started making a difference here.
Yeah.
So it was so nice to be able to bring an event to our community in front of our friends that we've made here.
Yeah.
And contacts, I mean, the generosity.
And the way the community came out and supported all the local businesses.
Big League Car Wash and Elixir Coffee.
Oh my God! At one point,
I mean, Woods Country Cycles.
I was going to say, Woods, you were. So one of the cameramen on the crew is a veteran as well, and he was like, "Oh my God!" He goes, "This was such a cool event." And he goes, "I felt like I was watching Oprah because you were giving out wood stuff. You get a light bar, you get speakers, you get."
But every veteran that was there. Not only did we raise money for veterans, every veteran that was there walked away with a ROW shirt, one of our shirts.
A Western wear shirt, yeah.
So please check them out. They donated shirts.
Yeah.
I'm part of that. We donated shirts. Woods Country Cycles gave us light bars and speakers, and you name it.
The baker, Sweets by Jackie, that made cookies for Delilah's birthday party, gave out cookies.
Rudy and Betty showed up with keto cookies.
Oh yeah, we had milk and cookies for everyone.
And Bill was like, "I'm taking those. These are keto." And he just started taking them. Everybody's like, "Yeah, Bill, you do.
Yeah,
whatever you want."
Our family photographer donated a family photo session. And
I know we're forgetting people, but
yes,
but that was cool too, to also bring friends and family from South Texas that came out. Ed, who we met, who owns 12 McDonald's, he showed up. He's bidding. He's giving us money. You
met him when you did the Ronald McDonald benefit, right? Is how you met him?
Vance Bubba Dawson.
Oh, yes.
The 9th showed up, and man, so this kid and his father, diehard Yankee fans, they're poor guys, man. Every time there was a Yankee something or other, this guy's bidding and bidding and bidding and getting outbid. Every time. And it was just... And I'm sitting there going, man, I want to sell something to you. I want you to have
this
something.
This kid to get something, yeah.
So Jose brings out a 1-of-1 custom Jose Trevino baseball bat. And he offers tickets to his game. And everybody's bidding and bidding and bidding. And I'm trying so hard to let this guy win.
Yeah.
Well, Vance Bubba Dawson wins. And then all of a sudden I'm like, Vance, I'm trying to help this guy, right? And then all of a sudden Jerry and Vance are talking, and then all of a sudden Vance goes, not only am I going to pay full price what I offered in the auction, I'm going to give this package to that kid and his dad. So what a thing to do.
Yeah.
You know, and Bubba, thank you for that. And Dawson's Recycling down in South Texas.
I was laughing because those were kind of on the spot. Jose was like, I will raffle off what you get. Practice. You can come watch batting practice.
Yep, on the field to watch batting practice. 4 tickets.
To see the game. And I'm sitting with Jose's wife over in the corner while you guys are doing the auction. She goes, I haven't even been to batting practice. When do I get to go to batting practice?
Oh, she gets batting practice anytime she wants it. She gets a little batting practice. Sorry, Jose.
No, and even Goldberg brought the chairs with his face on them. And there's only like 6 of those.
Yeah.
And he has those 6. And I just thought how incredibly generous to give such a to donate such a cool piece of memorabilia.
It was a beautiful night. And I just can't thank everybody for the continued support, because if you guys aren't watching the podcast, this podcast ends and stops.
Yeah.
You know, so thank you, Old Salt Coffee. Thank you, Pick Cherries.
Yes.
Of course, Aztec Chevrolet, because,
for supporting our crazy ideas and being like, yeah.
All the things that we were able to do. And I mean, I don't want to go negative, but I look at other guys with huge platforms.
Yeah.
And I ask myself, what are you doing with your platform?
Yeah.
You know, there's guys that have much bigger podcasts than us. And all they end up talking about is how much money that they have and all the things that they get to do. And it's like, why are you not using your platform to then give back to, number one, your community, to veterans, to a dog shelter, whatever you care about?
Yeah.
Why are you not doing that? So this is me calling out all of my other comedian friends who have podcasts. Do something with your platform that changes lives, please.
Yeah.
Because you can, and it's there, and we do it, and we want to do more.
Yeah.
So
thank you to all our sponsors and everyone who came out and supported. And next year we will do it with more than a week's notice, and it will be bigger and better.
Yes, it will be bigger and better. And well, I'm afraid. You know what? I've decided that I think I like springing things on you, because that way it just gets done quickly and on a budget.
On a budget.
I'm afraid that if we give you 2 months to plan this thing, we're going to raise 0 money for veterans, spend all the money on.
No, that is, of course, always the goal. But no, we talked about next year, like if we know, and if people who are coming know, next year we will probably go buy some luxury items that people might want to buy for Christmas anyway. And we can include those in the raffle or the auction or something like that.
Yeah, no. And well, that, and we can, now we have a runway where we can ask more people for donations.
Yeah.
Right? We can get more.
And we'll plan next year because even we'd collected these toys, but I didn't know how many we were going to get or how it was going to work. So we didn't pre-plan where and how they would be distributed. And with it being so close to Christmas, I just wanted to make sure the toys were going to some place where they would actually get distributed and enjoyed before Christmas. Yeah.
But I mean, that was literally Tuesday, the week before Christmas. The weather was coming in. We ended up 17 degrees here in New Braunfels. And because of that, nobody wanted to get on the road. So we ended up having Christmas, a private Christmas with just our family and Grandma Dora.
Yeah.
Which I don't think in the history of us, we've had that few people around for Christmas. But it was nice. It was so chill.
Just to, you know what it was like to move at a slower pace for a few days.
They keep calling, so they might need something. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Joe.
What's Steven's voice in France?
I'll text it to you.
And it's long coming.
Okay, I'll text it to you. Okay, bye.
What does he want?
He wants to know your pant size. You want me to announce it on the podcast? Your weight, your length, and your
bulge. Well, you have to get them husky in the crotch.
I think they're buying your Christmas gift is what's going on.
Tell them we need it husky in the crotch.
It's 3230, right?
No.
What?
No, I don't want to talk. Why do you got to talk about it?
Okay, well,
What's your size?
I'm
What's your
not saying
size?
my size. I don't say my age, my weight. Nobody needs to know any of those numbers.
But I was, that's the thing with parents. Like sometimes, like they're calling and calling. You're like, oh my God, is something wrong? And then they call, hey, what's his pant size? You're like, can that wait? Can that fucking wait? But it was such a quiet, kind of chill Christmas.
Yeah.
Garrett, I think, was overwhelmed and happy with all the things that he got. It was cool because Delilah, this year, we watched her truly learn about Christmas.
Yes, like
and
she knows.
Santa and Jingle Bells.
She say
and,
Santa goes ho ho ho. It was really cute.
Santa. She'd say Santa. So it was just a special Christmas that we'll probably never forget because it was really chill and it was.
And really fun with Delilah. Like Christmas at just a little over 2 is really cool.
But we were just talking about it. Like I think people's feeling towards 2022 is kind of a.
I feel like, yeah. I mean, at least on my social media, like people feel very blah about 2022 as a year. There were no like, oh my God, 2022 is so amazing. There also wasn't like. I felt like it swung more to like, I'm just kind of ready to let it go. Like I don't.
Well, no,
I feel really blah about 2022.
I think that after COVID, everybody tried to cram everything in, right? I mean, how many Halloween parties
No, I think
were
that's
there?
just you all the time.
No, I'm used to that, but I think it got multiplied this last year.
Yeah.
I think everybody was like, I'm going to shows, I'm doing this, I'm doing that.
We started hard.
Yeah, we're going to dinner for Valentine's Day. We're doing everything that we missed out on.
I just think it was an economic blow for a lot of people. Like just the inflation really, I think, got a lot of people too. Just, I don't know. It just felt like you were kind of trudging through 2022.
Yeah, no, I think so. I agree. And then after that, for New Year's, we just got back from Dania Point, which is basically Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
The whole crew came.
Yeah. It's the first time we had to buy Delilah a plane ticket.
Yes. Had to buy Delilah a plane ticket. Lori came. Her husband Gabriel came. I think Gabriel really learned what our weekends look like.
What life is like on the road?
What Lori has to
or
deal
what
with.
Traveling with kids is like.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it was funny because
all the shit.
Yeah, I had not left the house. The last time I left the house was for the Goldberg Jose podcast. I didn't leave the house at all. I didn't.
Really?
No, we didn't go out. We didn't party. We didn't have drinks. We didn't do anything.
Yeah. Well, we also got sick. We like passed around some sort of stomach bug that
Poor
Christmas
Lori,
was like our first meal
poor
back.
Lori had the. And so she completely had to miss. Well, first Delilah got it, little bug.
Yeah.
Then Garrett got it.
Oh yeah, Delilah threw up on me. That's right. I
then
forgot about
Garrett
that.
got it. Then Lori got it, and we were all like, "Whew, we're in the clear."
Well, we thought maybe there was food poisoning.
Yep. And then I got it, and then my mom got it, and then you got it.
Yeah.
So I mean, we didn't leave the house, and that's not like me.
Yeah.
So Thursday, I was like, "All right, we barely made it to Miami." And we got the whole crew, and it's chaotic. I'm gonna go have drinks, and that was the only time that Lori and Gabe were gonna be able to have drinks because they were gonna help us with the kids at night.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, we're going to the casino,
We're going rally.
right? And then we all started laughing because I'm like, hey guys, company Christmas party, right? No Rebecca, but here's the whole company's here, and they're like, well, what about Renae? I'm like, nah, she'll fuck
Leave
this party
HR
up.
behind.
Yeah, leave HR behind. She'll screw this party up. So we ended up going to this casino and partying all night. And then Gabe's trying to drink with Timmy. And
Bad idea.
Yeah, Gabe ends up wrecked, But we had a wonderful time Thursday. Friday, poor Gabe.
You said you had fun, but you never said if you win or lost. That's what I know. When he never talks about
What did you
how
say
it
right
went down.
there? You said we had fun. So that means I won.
You won. You won, baby.
You win when you have fun. You win when you have fun. So then from poor Gabe, we go to the boardwalk, which was a really cool boardwalk in Hollywood.
Hollywood, Florida. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And Gabe's like this.
Poor guy.
Like he ended up Ubering it back. He tried to rally.
He
tried to keep it
eat.
together.
I think he had a few French fries
He
and was like, peace out.
I'm done. I'm out of here. So Gabe leaves, but we ended up, riding the bike as a family, hanging out.
Garrett really wanted to do that. He loved that. The big, like, pedal bikes that the whole family fits on.
It was fun.
Delilah liked it too.
It was a good day.
Yeah.
Friday, 2 shows. And then Saturday, we have to bring in the new year together.
Yes.
And then the cool part was the hotel was in the same complex as the
Club.
as the venue. So Renae was able to take Delilah back, put her down, put her to sleep. And then Garrett, I'm staying up till midnight. I'm staying up. And we're like, all right, go for it. 10:30.
Yeah.
Out, little guy.
But we took him to that children's museum and they did like a noon ball drop and they had like a full on.
I forgot about that.
It was like a party. They had a full on DJ at the Science and Discovery Center.
That was crazy. Like we get
Dunkin'
there.
Donuts. You could make your own donuts.
Star Wars people walking around in full like Star Wars. It was like a kid party.
Yeah.
DJ. All right,
It was
kids.
so loud.
Dance contest. And the kids were like, going freaking nuts. That was Saturday during the day. But we bring in the new year, and then we wake up. I go take a shit, like I do in the morning.
I'm like, are we really going to talk about this on the podcast? Do you have to tell people about this?
And it wouldn't flush. And I'm like, oh no.
Meanwhile, we're full on traveling with like Delilah's her own porta potty with a baggie that fits in it and everything. If we had known you could have pooped in that, we could have bagged it up and thrown it. But instead, it's like brewing in our restroom all day long.
Did you not double down? Don't act like it was just me. And then Lori's in the room next to us. She comes in. She's like, there's no water and I pooped this morning. I'm like, dude. So now we're in a hotel room. 0 water.
Then we're down at the lobby for breakfast and Garrett has to go. It just gets worse.
It was a shitty start to the.
Garrett comes back to the breakfast table while we're all eating and really loud. All of the toilets are filled with poop to the brim.
No water in the entire hotel. Some drunk had hit a water main, drunk driving, and
So we think.
no, that's what we were told.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So there was no water
No water all day long.
at all.
Not coming back.
It was bad, but great shows in Dania, right?
Yes,
So many
yeah.
great people, and I gotta say, man, and I forget.
So many great people. Like all the shows every night, like really great crowds. Like you have the people who come to see your show. I'm not bragging, but the people who come to see your show are like a cool crowd. They're like fun. They're fun couples.
They care about me. I care about them.
Yeah. It's just a good vibe.
And it's so, people were like, happy birthday. And I'm like, how do they know? I guess it's out there, but just to think of that. So then this guy, we take a picture together.
You're going to talk about the DJ?
No.
Oh.
Well, I will talk about him too.
Go.
But a guy hands me an envelope. He goes, I bought you a gift. And I'm like, oh, wow, thank you. And it was custom Crown Royal labels that have my name on them.
Yeah.
And you can stick them over the Crown Royal label on your
Really
Crown
cool.
Royal
I've
bottle.
never seen anything
and
like
they have
that.
your name. And I thought to myself, what a great gift. That was so thoughtful and such a cool little detail. Wasn't an expensive gift, but it was very thoughtful.
Yeah.
And I'm just so appreciative of it. Then this poor guy, he's like, finally, I get to see you. He goes, I live in Alaska. I bought a plane ticket just to come to your show. I got to bring you
In
to
Florida,
Alaska.
he wanted to go somewhere warm.
Yeah, in Florida. Poor guy goes, I tried to see you in was it Tampa? Somewhere. And he goes, I got the wrong show.
You got the wrong dates or something, right?
And he goes, I
Something
showed up and I
happened.
had to sit through some other bullshit comedian because I ended up, poor guy flew from Alaska to see me. It's not me. Watches the show, goes back, and then flies back to Fort Lauderdale.
Came back. I said, thank you for making the trip again.
Stuff like that where you're just like, wow, man.
But you're so cool and so excited.
But we're very excited to kick off 2/3.
Yeah.
2023.
23.
Yep. We've got some amazing dates coming on. We're mixing it up.
You're like going all over the place. Can I share? Like this month alone, you're going to Cleveland, Ohio.
Next week.
You're going to
Detroit, Cleveland, Detroit.
Royal Oak, Michigan. You've
Yep.
never been there before. You're doing Kansas City Improv. You're doing Fort Smith, Arkansas.
Oh, that reminds me. We added a show on Sunday in Kansas, so I need to change my flight.
Oh, okay.
I need to change my flight.
You're doing Tulsa? When have we been to Tulsa? Have we been to Tulsa before together, you and I?
A long time ago we did Tulsa.
It's been a long
and
time,
now we're
right?
doing a casino there.
Oh, I bet you're very excited.
I'm going to see what I can do. We'll see what we can quadruple our monies.
You're bouncing around Pennsylvania. You're doing Wilkes-Barre, Glenside. Is it Reading or Reading? How do you say it?
One of those.
We don't know, but he's going there. And then you do Helicopters for Heroes, the Helicopters for Heroes event.
That's the last weekend in February, and I'm waiting to hear. I'll probably find out today. I think we're gonna add Bryan College Station.
I was gonna say College Station, yeah.
To February.
Columbus, Ohio. You go to. You're going to Naples. We'll do that as a family.
Spring break. We're doing that for spring break.
And then West Palm Beach. Omaha, Nebraska. Have you ever done Omaha before?
I did Omaha 1,000,000 years ago.
Yeah.
Sold 0 tickets.
Hopefully this time will be different. Omaha,
but there is a GP Wildcat that lives out there, and I ended up hanging out with her. So I'm really looking forward to seeing her and her husband, because when I was there, she had a newborn. So I will know when I see her daughter
how long it's been since you've been to Omaha. Is Omaha nice? Like, there's a part of me that, as I just said, where you're going, I know we haven't talked about like when we're traveling together, but I'm like, do I want to go to Omaha?
I don't know.
No. I would think it would be really pretty. No. Okay. Indianapolis, Laconia, New Hampshire. Where else? Plymouth. You're going to. You've got like lots of things. Milwaukee, Green Bay, Nashville, Atlanta.
Never done Green Bay.
A lot of places.
Never done Green Bay. Looking forward to
Richmond,
hanging
Cincinnati,
out with Aaron Rodgers, for the discount double
Hawaii.
Check. Yes, Hawaii's going to be a big one. If there's any people that will listen to this podcast in Hawaii, we're planning our Hawaii trip. We're going to make it a vacation. We need to know where
send
to
us
stay,
your Hawaii
what
tips.
to do.
Yeah. We're having a big back and forth because some people have said it's great if you rent a house because the resorts are, so pricey and stuff. But I don't listen. If it's a vacation, I like my continental breakfast. The kids and I just go downstairs and put our food on our plate. Someone makes your bed. Like,
I want to do
to me, that's part of the vacation experience.
I want to do all the tourist shit. I want to do the luau and the I want to do the the whole thing.
Yeah.
Miliki, Laki, Miki, Luki, La.
Oh my gosh, Steve.
I don't know how you say it. But I want to do it all. I want to do all that. Very excited about it.
You want the roasted pig on the big skewer.
The whole
That's
thing. I want the whole thing. I want pineapples. I want Spam. I want the whole thing.
Yeah.
I want the whole thing. So we're very excited about all these upcoming dates and what 2023 is going to bring.
That's what it is. You kind of feel like, about 2022. Like, I think if we really went back and looked at all the things we did, that's what someone was saying, was like, if you go back, like scroll through your camera and like really see what you did and what the moments are, like, I think you would be caught by surprise what happened in 2022. But 2023 just feels like, all right, I'm ready for some new possibilities.
We did a lot. Us as a family did a lot.
Yeah.
We traveled a lot. We did a lot together, even though Renae doesn't think so.
Oh, hush, I didn't say that.
We did a lot, but I'm very excited. We have a new hour that I think is ready to be filmed.
Yeah.
I Speak Wife is still doing very well on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
Looking forward to breaking up some more clips, putting them out there. We hit 13.3 million on an I Speak Wife clip, which is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
And again, I read the comments, and it's so funny to have all these guys that are like, that's why I don't get married, bro. Fuck that, bro. You're a slave to your wife, dude. And it's like, man, you don't get it.
Yeah.
There's so many people that don't get the value of marriage and
but obviously
the funny
there's
nuances,
so many people
right?
who come see you every weekend who do.
And we're working on new merch. Captain Evil's going to get a beanie out there.
No, I think you got the product lead times are so stupid that we started working on the beanie, and then by the time the beanies actually get here, it's not winter anymore.
Well, you might as well keep
So I
working
think
on them so that we have
for
them
next year. Yeah,
yeah.
I think Timmy scrapped the
So
beanie
that-
for
so-
table
and the Trevinos are going to try to do a little better about planning ahead.
Did you get a close up on Steve's face when he said that? Like the eyes right at me?
We need to plan ahead.
Why are
we
you
need to
shaking
get
your head like
ahead
that?
of things. Well, because every year I get blamed for not. Oh, Steve, you're always rushing me, and you just drop things on me. Christmas comes every year, same time.
I did good this year.
Valentine's Day.
Even with a bug and throwing up, we still managed to not be putting things together the night before Christmas, right?
No bullshit. I was putting stuff together the day
Okay,
before
but that's
Christmas.
your fault because it had been in the garage for at least 3 weeks. Lori can vouch for that.
I had to put the little bike together.
That was your fault.
And did you? And then she goes, "This is from Santa," and I'm just sitting there like, "Bitch, that's from me. I'm the elf. I'm the elf and Santa." But no, Valentine's Day comes every February.
We don't really do much for Valentine's
4th of
Day.
July
What does that have to
comes
do with anything?
every 4th of July.
Yeah.
Easter comes every Easter.
Yes, I know this. What's your point?
So let's get ahead of the game.
Okay, Steve.
And let's make sure that we're not yelling at me because you just threw this at me. Well, but we didn't get to do something special for Thanksgiving with the podcast.
Well, but yes, I agree.
I wanted to do the Mother's Day thing. Remember, I wanted to do a Mother's Day brunch.
You know what? That's when we can start
know.
working on planning. Yeah, you wanted to do another. I remember that. Steve wanted to do a live podcast for Mother's Day and have all mothers in the audience and do like a big Mother's Day episode.
And we need to pick some good moms to have on the podcast that
Yeah.
we can ask them their trials and tribulations.
Yeah.
The things that they go through, what it takes to be a
Because
mom.
Steve needs new material for the next hour.
Oh, no, you give me plenty of that. You give me plenty. Renae literally was, she made us late to Dania Point. So not all of our bags made it. And I'm thinking to myself, really? Because Renae was like, well, I'll just go shopping. I'm like, you make us late. Your bag doesn't make it. And then you reward yourself with new shit.
No, I didn't end up buying anything, and it would have been a great time to buy because all the end of year sales after Christmas. But I didn't buy anything. My suitcase made it.
But Rick, we missed you, buddy. Super bummed that you did not make the special Christmas episode. So we're gonna have to plan.
We'll do it again.
to make
I was
sure-
laughing. Did you read the comments from the Christmas episode?
I did not.
There were a couple of comments that said, "Not my favorite episode," and I was like, "Really? Come on! Like seriously? Did you like?"
Well, but I
guess
understand-
they don't see the opening comics at the beginning, right? When you watch the
No,
episode.
let me interject because what I think happened is they're so used to what we do
Yeah,
that episode had nothing to do with what we do.
yeah.
Right? We were not talking about life.
I
We were
said
not
that.
talking
I
about-
missed that. I think we chose to jump right into it because there was so much going on. The live event.
Well, we had Jose and his wife on already.
Yes.
And then, when I hit up Bill, I said, hey, I'd like to have you and your wife. Bill.
Because she's lovely too.
She's amazing. And again, I think that it takes a special kind of woman to watch their husband on stage act the way we act.
Uh-huh.
So she's an amazing woman, but Bill did not feel comfortable with it. So because of that, we decided, okay, it'll be me, my wife, Bill, and Jose. But I was bummed because you didn't get to talk as much as I would have liked. We were also having sound issues.
Yeah, my mic.
With Renee's mic as well. So Renae wasn't able to.
And it's a live event, so you can't you keep moving.
But Bill, in my opinion, stole the show.
He's so
because he
great.
was so interesting.
Such a showman.
So I understand why people said not my favorite episode because it was completely different than what me and you
Usually
here
do.
on a
Yeah.
weekly basis.
Yeah.
Usually we're talking about our week. We're talking about. By the way, Delilah, this close to being fully potty trained. This morning, speaking of no water, we walked. We walked into the playroom and Garrett's like, "There's a turd in her toilet."
She didn't know what a turd was. She was very confused, and then she
we have
finally
little
put it
toilets
together.
all over the house for her to use.
And then she's like, turd.
So we usually give people an update as our day-to-day struggles and our life as a married couple.
Yeah.
Renee's dad, positive, strong, doing great. Daddy Raymond is a little upset about his hair loss, but other than that, positive vibes, positive energy. Your dad's feeling strong and good.
Yeah.
My family, healthy and happy. Garrett will start. We have a meeting tonight to start our elite baseball.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that chapter goes. I earned my blue belt in jiu-jitsu.
Yes.
With Chief. It was very hard. I'm a little. I'm trying to think of the word. I know I told you I didn't want to talk about it. But
Yeah.
I'm a little. I work very. I don't know how to begin to put this together.
I was gonna say we're already wrap up time.
Well, no, I've committed myself to learning jiu-jitsu, but because of my schedule, I do private lessons, which nobody else does. So then all of a sudden I walk in, Chief says, "Hey, he's going to test."
You're not a part of the community in that way because you're training at home.
I'm not in there with those guys all the time. So there was a few guys that were not happy or maybe did not think that I deserved the opportunity to earn my blue belt. Mm-hmm. And that makes me sad. And it makes me, it bums me out.
But you know what I told you this morning when we were talking about it is, Steve Trevino, you are a very acquired taste. Like in real life, when you are not on stage, would you agree that that's accurate, Lori? Yes. People either love you or it is going to take them a long time to acquire the taste for you. But you always win people over. With time, you always win people over.
Well, because I have a formula. And the formula is doing the right thing plus time equals respect.
Yeah.
And I always try to do the right thing. Yeah. I'm not saying that I've always done the right thing.
Your heart, you may not say it correctly. It may come out a little brash or dirty, but your heart is always in the right place.
But I try and I work very hard. And in the past 2 years, from the day I started working with Chief to now, 2 days a week, 90% of those 2 years.
Yeah.
Where consistently he's coming, consistently I'm working, consistently I'm rolling, consistently I'm learning, so. And
I think, sorry, I just squeaked my shoe.
I feel like I earned it.
I think sometimes maybe people forget, I think people make their judgments and opinions of you based on an idea of you as opposed to really the fact that you are a human. And I think you forget that because you're such a humble human. You don't realize people are doing that to you, but I see it.
No, I know I get treated different. I know I do. And I don't like being treated different. And a lot of times I don't notice it.
Yeah.
Right? Because I don't expect special treatment. And I told Chief that. I said, I don't want you to give me this blue belt. I want to go through what everybody else had to go through. So
I think you went through more. I think they particularly wanted to beat the shit out of you because it was you.
But I did an hour and I rolled every 8 to 10 minutes with a different person who was above me belt-wise. Halfway through it, and I'm not making excuses, I got twerked, and I've had my 4 back surgeries on my L5. I felt like I hadn't been in that much pain in a very long time. I felt like my spine was going to explode. So the last 30 minutes, not only was I in excruciating pain, it's hard. And I got these guys coming at me, and I did the very best I could, and at the end of it, I did tell Chief, if I don't deserve it and you don't think I deserve it, don't give it to me. And he goes, no, you deserve it. You work hard. You do your, so I'm just a little bummed that there are some guys there that maybe don't think I deserve it.
You can't make everybody happy.
You can't make everybody happy, but but it makes me sad because, I didn't ask for special treatment. I have been working my ass off. I have been doing the things that I'm supposed
They'll
to do.
see that.
So
Eventually that will come to light.
I'm going to try to go in more to the class to be a bigger part of the
I just know
community.
how hard that is for you. And I don't think other people realize like how hard it is for you until they like live in our home for a little bit and see what our schedule's like.
The schedule, right?
Yeah.
The schedule's insane. I mean, today alone, by the way, we're starting remodeling our little guest house.
That was the other thing that happened over the holidays with the freezing cold weather. We had a water leak in the guest house.
The guest house completely flooded.
Because no one was staying here.
And it was like, I woke up Christmas morning, the robe that my wife bought me for whatever the fuck.
Our anniversary.
I made a little coffee. It's, I got everything set up. All was quiet, not even a mouse. and I look out the window and I'm so proud, and I'm looking at the deer and I look over to the left. I'm like, we have a lake now. Literally a lake. The water had been leaking inside of the guest house probably all night. And I was like, shit. So I had to go out there, find a way to shut the water off. My feet were wet. It was freezing cold. So now there's no sense in trying to fix
just the messed up part.
We're going to redo it. Renee's going to take you on that journey so that you can see that.
Yeah.
And then I'm blanking.
Hopefully we're still married. I mean, it's just a little guest house. Hopefully it doesn't turn into like a whole mess.
But that guest house, just so you understand a little bit, it was a storage shed.
Yes.
Turned into a guest house.
When we bought the house.
We bought the house. So it was
never finished.
It was never finished and it was never nice. We have a very nice home. That was kind of like, hey, here's a shed with a toilet and a sink. Right? And it works.
No, I was gonna say it's not that bad. You make it sound like it was really bad. It had
Running water.
it had running water. You could flush the toilet. And it did have like air conditioning. No heating though, right? Just air conditioning.
No heat. So anyway, we're gonna go in, take you on that journey. Renee's gonna go. We started the remodel this morning. Gabe got here at 9:00. Lori gets here at 9:00. Rebecca gets here at 9:00. Chief got here for me to exercise from 9 to 10. Yeah. From 10, Ponce showed up because we're going to do a little promo.
We're doing this too, guys. And we got this going on.
For Raul shirts. I want you guys to see them. We're going to send an email to you guys so you can see our product. We're finally ready to launch it and show you all the cool stuff that we have. Then we're podcasting right now. Then I've got a few minutes to get the barn in order. Then we have everybody coming over for a meeting for our elite baseball team.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nonstop, but every day is like that, you know, and that is the bummer of it all is that, and I'm not making excuses or I'm not saying that other people don't work as hard as I do. It's hard for me to leave my house, which takes me 20 minutes to get to the dojo, to then work out at noon for an hour. That takes me to 1:00 to drive back another 20 minutes to shower. My whole day's gone.
Yeah.
And I have radio interviews and TV interviews and stuff. So, but I'm going to make an effort to go over there and earn their respect and earn them and understand, to get them to understand that I do work hard.
Yeah.
And that I do deserve to be here, you know. And then right now, before we go, and I'm going crazy. I broke my back playing football. For those of you that don't know, I broke my back playing football. I got speared in my lower back, which then shattered a lumbar connector. I almost ended up paralyzed. I ended up with 4 back surgeries, a bone fusion. I loved it. I absolutely loved playing football. I'm an aggressive guy. Nobody hit harder than I did. I loved it. I loved it. I made varsity sophomore year in high school. I loved it. But I hurt my back. Not only did I hurt my back, it is now something that I deal with every day for the rest of my life.
Managing the pain.
All because I wanted to play a sport. So we do not encourage Garrett to play football. I'm not judging any parent, to be clear. I'm not judging any parent that if you want your kid to play football, I'm not mad at you. I don't think you're doing the wrong thing. However, for me and my son, I am not encouraging it. If Garrett comes to me in junior high, says, I really want to play, Dad, I want to play football, then that's a decision that he's going to have to make. But however, we're not encouraging him to play football. Last night, I turned on Monday Night Football, and all of a sudden, there's something going on. Renae and I, by the time we turned on the TV, things had already happened.
Yeah, we already saw the stalled game.
The game was stalled, and then they started showing what happened. And it was heartbreaking. Heartbreaking to see this young, 24-year-old young man make a tackle, get hit in the chest, stand up, and the way that he collapsed. And the fact that, now that I'm learning more details, the fact that they had to literally do CPR for several minutes, which means that this young man died on the field. And the fact that the NFL said we're postponing is insane to me. That we care so much about whose team beats whose team that we're going to, and I hate to laugh because it's that ridiculous. Well, we're going to postpone the game. We'll probably get back out there. No. This is a human life. And by the way, class act, sweet kid. And I hate that I forget his name. What's his name? Damar Hamlin. The kid is in critical condition in the hospital. I'm thinking about him. I'm thinking about his mom, who was in the stands, that you know she's watching him. You know she's proud that he's in the NFL. You know that she saw him stand up, a young, strong man, collapse the way he did. I can't imagine. So my heart, my thoughts, and my prayers go out to him and his family. But for me, it made me go, my son's not playing. I am making the right decision. I love to watch it. I love the game, but it is not church to me. I don't have to watch the games. Watching the games is not a priority over my family, and definitely not a sport that I would encourage my son to play.
Yeah.
And again, I am not telling you not to let your kids play sports or not that sport. That is on you and your personal opinion and your family. But my heart and prayers and thoughts go out to that young man, and to all of the families that have lost loved ones to the sport, from Junior Seau to all of these kids that played the sport and have suffered head traumas and all that. So yeah. I don't mean to get serious, and I know I'm going to catch a bunch of shit from a bunch of crazy NFL fans, but it's how I feel, and that is how I feel. You're more than welcome to feel the way that you feel, and I have nothing but respect for your opinion and your ability to make decisions for yourself and your family, but this is how I feel. So, with that being said, we're going to wrap it up. We're looking forward to season 4, and we'll see how many different outfits Renae shows up with this year. We love Pick Cherries, Aztec Chevrolet, our friends at Old Salt Coffee. Thank you guys so much for not only a wonderful year, but many, many, many episodes to come. Thanks, guys.